So I wanted to say a little bit about mystical experiences because a lot of people come to me, especially with my coaching, and talk about their mystical experiences, and they seem to have a hard time finding others to talk to about it or others that have gone through the same thing. It's not necessarily that people don't necessarily believe you about mystical experiences. But they may not be able to ever really get over the wow factor. They may not be able to ever really get past, okay, wow, this happened. This is so incredible. Because the thing is, I mean, you could have these extraordinary experiences that can really be life changing, even offer you the skeleton key kind of for your life going forward. But then you still have to just deal with the same day to day stuff that you did before. It's kind of like before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water, after enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. And they're using the enlightenment in that Zen phrase, but in this sense, it's kind of like, yeah, you could travel to other dimensions. You could have these kind of near death experiences, and then, well, you're still just kind of dealing with the same old day-to-day stuff. So how to take those mystical experiences and really integrate them and really use them kind of becomes the issue, because I think sometimes they're so fantastic you almost think that they're going to change everything and redefine everything, and all of a sudden it's going to be smooth sailing. Uh, but it's not necessarily the case. That's not to say, though, they don't help and they don't serve as a map for us, because I really think those key peak experiences, as Maslow, the psychologist Abraham Maslow, referred to them. See, those peak experiences basically can be things that can serve us day in and day out. And not just in the lessons and in the kind of metaphorical language that they appeared in, but they can serve us almost as a state to return to. If we can voluntarily and willingly and just at will kind of take a moment and put ourselves back to when we had that incredible mystical experience. Not that we're going to repeat it and not that the same thing's going to happen, but there's usually some sort of feeling or deeper clarity, deeper peace, deeper sense of power, sense of otherworldliness going beyond. And you can kind of return to that state and draw on it. At first I didn't want to do this with some of my own experiences because I almost felt like I would ruin them by revisiting them too much. I'd like cash out their energy. But I mean, it's going to fade anyway, and the palpability of it's going to fade anyway over time. So I think sometimes when we do have peak experiences, we can return to them and return to that state and really kind of anchor that state with the experience. I mean, it can almost be this kind of internal safe space to return to. Okay, I'm back there. I'm back there on my inside. That's almost my kind of home base, my energetic home base or emotional home base or internal home base, the home base of my inner universe. But it's good to talk about these, and it's good to find other people to talk to them about, because there's often not a lot out there, and some people may believe you and get kind of lost in the wow factor, as I said. But at the same time, there may be others that just don't believe you at all, and you've almost got to be careful. You don't want to cast your pearls before swine if there's a sense of vulnerability in you about those experiences too, and you don't want to kind of deplete the power. You may need to be careful about who you do talk to. So, anyways, a lot of people talk to me about this kind of thing in my coaching, and I'm putting a link below here if you're interested in just signing up for an initial consultation. But Independent of all that, I hope you got something out of this video and maybe feel a little bit less alone in this spiritual mystical journey that at times can very much seem like a lonely path. So take care, everyone. Happy New Year.